Hi everyone, welcome back to Muscular Development. My name is Lauren Lotter. I'm your host of the Buff Bombshell Show, and today I'm joined with the fabulous Kali Thornton, IFBB Wellness Pro.
Hello, how are you?
Hi there, Kali. How are you doing?
Fantastic, thank you. Really excited for the shows coming up.
Absolutely. So you guys, I've got Kali on today because Kali has qualified for the first Masters Olympia here in Europe. The first one in about 12 years since it took place in Miami in 2012. So it's very prestigious, and congratulations, first of all, for qualifying for this event.
Thank you. I tell you something, it was when we were waiting for the names to be called, the anticipation, literally, you've probably seen the video.
Yeah.
I was screaming, it was such a build up and then to see my name, I literally, it was like a dream come true, really.
It was a beautiful moment to see you so happy and qualify for this, and I'm very excited for your journey and what the next 7 weeks will bring, because if you don't follow Kali already on Instagram, you must, because you are looking incredible and you just seem to be improving every time I see you in this category and just blossoming.
Yes, yeah, I've improved so much since obviously I came from women's physique, and my last show there in Vancouver was 2017. Then I did my wellness debut in 2021. So to look back at the pictures of then and then improvements now, I'm so excited for this year.
I think there's not a lot of people that we know of that have done what you have done in terms of that transformation, taking it from the women's physique into wellness. And it's just been so glorious to be able to see, even just watching the difference from last year when you went to Portugal and seeing the difference to what you've done this year. What are some of the major differences, or has everything changed and it's just too much to explain?
No, okay. The main difference is I've actually trained for the category, whereas the first initial year that I competed in wellness, I kind of dabbled because I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know where I fitted within the criteria. So then it gave me a perfect opportunity to walk away, see where I needed to improve. And my training now, I've specifically for this year, I've trained for wellness, and I've never done that before. So, and obviously we can see with the improvements that I'm making that, to have that training plan specifically for the goal that you want to attain is really crucial.
That's absolutely amazing. And I know that you were self-coaching at one stage. You've now got a coach. I don't know if you want people to show where they can follow you in your journey as you train for this.
Yes, so my coach is Callum. This is my first prep ever with him. So he's taking care of my nutrition and my training as well. For me, I wanted to have a coach so I personally don't have to think about anything when it comes to that. So I can focus on every other aspect of my life and getting in shape. And also everyone has different techniques. So I know how to train legs, but the way I train, I wanted to train differently, to see how I can make certain improvements that potentially I may not be able to make on my own. So I've been learning along the way as well. And the funny story is, and I was speaking to one of my friends today, that when in 2021, when I was initially going to compete in wellness, I went to a seminar, and the people that did the seminar actually said to me, you would never, ever be able to compete in wellness.
No.
Yeah, and the beauty of that is because I do have strong self-belief in myself, I walked away and I thought, you know what, I'll show you. And now, 2 years later, I'm going to the Masters Olympia.
I think that's one of your most admirable qualities that I personally admire the most. Like, it's the one that I associate with being Kali. It's the self-belief and the confidence of Kali.
Yeah, I think once you've got that, it's self-belief and a burning desire to become more. And the only way you can become more is to push yourself and challenge yourself. And I always say to people, if you're going to listen to opinions, make sure it's an opinion that serves you, that is going to help you grow. If it doesn't help you grow, then you know what? It's okay for people to have an opinion, but you don't have to listen to it.
Right. So you guys, words of wisdom from Kali, and don't just believe in yourself, right? Yeah. I'm taking it wrong. I'm taking it. I do this thing. I say to Giles, be more like Kali. I really do. I actually do say that. So if you guys don't believe me, you can ask Giles and he will completely vouch for me when he says that. But aside from just being Kali and for being awesome, I just also want to point out the fact that because Kali is competing in the next couple of weeks, you know, and it's incredible to watch the transformation. I've been like Googling everything. And then you're also competing at the Masters. And I want to know how you're feeling about your first show, which is in
4 weeks, which I cannot wait for. I've always wanted to compete in America. So that's another dream, just to compete there. But I'm also doing the Tampa Pro, which is the Masters division. So it's over 40s. My goal there is to win that. So if I win that, then I go to the Olympia and the Masters Olympia. So that is the goal.
So if you guys can't see Kali's top, she's wearing her goal on her chest. So I think that's absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for you to go out to Tampa and to be able to just rock that stage. I think it's going to be an absolute venue. Tampa's probably on it. It's like a dream stage for, you know, a lot of people, unless you actually live in the USA. But then aside from that, you've also got the Masters Olympia. And how are you taking it all in? Are you nervous? Are you stressed out? Are you getting stressed? Or are you just being like, no, it's fine?
You know what, this time around, no, because one, my progress that I've made, I've looked at my physique and I fit the criteria a lot more than I did when I first of all initially stepped on stage. I've been working on my posing, my presentation, and I've been enjoying the process a lot more. So the whole of the journey getting there to stage has just been a really beautiful experience. And I'll be honest with you, I've never had that before, because I've competed for the wrong reasons in the past. And this time I'm competing because I personally want to challenge myself. I want to grow as a soul human being and, you know, do more and be more for myself. So I'm just enjoying the process. Yes, I'm tired, but that's part and parcel of competing. Mentally, I'm focused. So I'm just really excited, and I'm making sure that I do put a lot into my posing, and because I'm not only representing myself, I'm representing everyone else, you know, walking onto the stage. I want to be the best I can be, not just in shape, but I want to present that as well.
I think I can't wait to see what you bring to the stage this year, because last year it was very exciting for me to see Kali at Portugal and see you coming up in the revolving circle, like the James Bond. And then this year I will get to see you at the Masters Olympia, which I'm very excited for, because for me it will be like seeing the before and after again in a 1 year. So I'm completely excited. And have you ever competed in Romania before? Is this the first time?
Never. I was going to compete in Romania, I think it was last year, but I held back from that one. I did Portugal instead. So again, it's a different country that I've never been to. So it's another experience visiting different countries. And that's another thing that I love about competing. You go to countries that you never maybe would have gone to in the first place.
I think that's true. I mean, Romania was never really on my bucket list until we went there, and apparently it's much more beautiful than, you know, like if you go, you just have to go and experience it for yourself. So I do agree with you on that. You get to experience so much. Yeah.
And that, I mean, you know, Portugal is another place that wasn't on my list. So, and it's beautiful, Portugal. But again, when I competed in Portugal, I didn't feel my best. I didn't bring the best package. So even though it was a good experience, I didn't have the full experience because I wasn't overly happy with the way I looked on stage, just because, you know, fit from the presentation, my makeup wasn't how I visualized it. The condition, I didn't bring as much condition as I needed to. So they're things when I stepped off stage, I thought, okay, these are the things I need to improve on. I need to bring better condition, but have more muscle with the fullness of the muscle as well, and makeup. I'm bringing my own makeup artist with me this time, so she's going to do a rerun. So every stage we go through, we just step away and go, okay, how can we personally improve on this? And so that's what I've done. I've made sure that everything that I can improve on, I'm bringing this year.
Perfect. Who is your makeup artist, by the way?
Okay, so this is a new lady. She actually lives in Essex, and I'm meeting in with her next week. She's going to do a rerun of my makeup. And then yes, so I know that I like the makeup, because I'm not in touch with stage makeup and how certain tones suit certain skin tones and all of that thing. That's not my forte. So leave that to someone else, and then I can be rest assured that my makeup will be perfect for the day.
I agree. Like, in terms of the stage makeup, it is very difficult to get that balance right, and everyone's undertones are so different, and you can't just get like any brown shade from like mocha chocolate from the Rimmel stand. Okay, you have to get what is right. Hi everyone, welcome back to Muscular Development on the Buff Bombshell Show. My name is Lauren Latta and I am your host. Today I've got a Spain review on the wellness category, one of my new loves. And before I get into it, I want to just quickly say, please make sure to pick up your copy of Muscular Development with Blessing on the front, because he's huge. And then also please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Muscular Development on YouTube, and go check us out on Instagram. Give us a follow. We would absolutely love and appreciate your support. So let's get into it. We are breaking down the wellness category at the Emperor Pro in Spain this past week, and what a fantastic lineup this was. If you haven't already watched my bikini my bikini review, then go check that out. I break down all of the bikini ladies in their review too, so that is absolutely awesome. In this wellness lineup, it was absolutely stacked. We actually had more wellness competitors this time than we had bikini competitors, which is incredible. It's absolutely so fantastic just to see how the category has grown within just a short space of a few years, with the Olympia having gone and seeing Francielle win it twice now, and having the Arnolds have it. So it's really great to see wellness coming in with all of these competitors, and all of the ladies are just bringing their A game. So with this particular show in Spain, we had, I believe, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, a good 15 competitors of wellness ladies. I have little notes here, so if I look down, you'll see it's because I'm just trying to read off of a little bit of a notebook. But the initial calling out of all of the women's introductory poses for the Emperor Classic was absolutely stunning. And it's really great to see all of the ladies come out all together at first before they get to do their individual routines and all of their special poses that they feel suits their body best. So this was really great. And before also we get to see all of those individual routines, I just want to say that if you have not yet competed at the Emperor Classic in Spain, it is definitely a show that I can highly recommend. I personally did it. I absolutely loved every single minute of it. Everyone is so welcoming and friendly. The tans are amazing. Make sure you get that top tan on. Make sure that you go say hi to everyone. That actually helps, because they do a great job of actually putting on the shows in Spain in this incredible venue, and it is definitely one that you do not want to miss if you are looking for a holiday / competing away break. It is absolutely spectacular in the Spanish sun. And so back into wellness, because I'm going to talk a lot. So with wellness, we are obviously seeing this category develop, and as we see it, we see more and more competitors come into the fold, transitioning from categories like figure and women's physique even to bring themselves into wellness. Actually, one of the most exciting things that wellness has announced in the last week is actually Shanique Grant coming back into the fold, but this time she's going into wellness from the figure and the women's physique category, where she won the Miss Olympia a few years ago before having retired. So it is possible to come back. It is possible to rock the wellness stage stage and to be able to do all of this. So it's really exciting, and it's really exciting to see competitors take to stages like this from all over the world. Now, breaking it down into our first lady on her iWalk, this is Miss Sandra Colorado, I believe, and she is from Spain, I think, and she is someone that she won in the Toronto Pro Show, so she is, I believe, already qualified. If I have the names wrong, do let me know down below. There's no shame in sometimes getting people wrong, because there are so many athletes at the moment, so it's really hard to know who is coming into the fold. But to this lady over here, Miss Sandra, absolutely stunning. One of the things that I did really like about her physique was that it was nice and tight. I do think that she's got really nice structure. I think in time her glutes can develop and they can grow, and you know, that is what wellness is all about. But she's really dominant from the front, and she's got great quads and just really beautiful conditioning there. The one thing that I will say that I'm personally not a huge fan of is tattoos just on the physique, whether you're in bikini or women's physique or women's bodybuilding. I do think it can detract away from the physique. And so do be a little bit mindful of, if you're planning on getting large tattoos, obviously it's your body, it's your life, and you can do whatever you want. But if you go into the NPC and the IFBB Pro League route, and that is the route that you want to go down, just be mindful of that your body is the thing that is on display, not the tattoo. So you don't want to take away from that element of your body being on show. The next lady over here, we have Miss Ana Amante from Spain. She is a short competitor and she is muscle bound. She is absolutely stacked. For me, she was an absolutely gorgeous, like muscle bellied woman, full of muscle. Really great lower half. I love the adductors. I love the back of the hamstring tie-in on her, and I just love the fullness of what she brought to the stage. Do I think that she could be a little bit more conditioned? Absolutely. I think you can always come in a little bit tighter no matter what category you are. But in terms of the actual look and the structure, absolutely stunning. So I really like this look from Miss Anna. And again, just so many wellness competitors just taking to the stage this weekend. It was so glorious to see. So the next lady over here that we have is Miss Carla. This was a really interesting one. I did watch the entire show, so I really made notes to actually hone in and see what I could find. And at first I was like, oh, okay, Carla is, she's fire. She's really confident. I like that part of the hair going up. But one of the things I will say, aside from just structure, which I think she's got great quads and really great sweep, is that there was a little bit too much touching of her body. I think you can sometimes overdo it and overkill it in wellness with the arms. Okay. And you can also overkill it if you are touching sides of the glutes, you're touching sides of the butt, you're going to the back, you're touching the hair, you may be touching just don't do it. There's too much touching. So if you do watch this Carla and you ever need some help, just, call me, because I would love to help you with the touching thing. Not touching you, but with the touching thing. But apart from that, you look stunning. And then coming into our next competitor is Leonida. Now, Leonida has made leaps and bounds. It is so crazy to think that she was bikini athlete a few years ago, and she turned pro as a bikini athlete, and then she was like, no, I'm going to switch to wellness. And she has been climbing the wellness route ever since winning her Romania pro qualifier. Not pro qualified, but her Romania pro show last year, going to her first ever Olympia and coming into this show, and she just looks absolutely amazing. I do think that she is one to watch on the wellness stage because she keeps on climbing, she keeps on improving, she takes the feedback from the judges, and she carries on just doing her thing. And no glute touching. So, great presentation. Really like this from Leonida, and absolutely cannot wait to see your next show if you decide to compete before the Mr. Olympia. That's probably giving it away. So on to the next competitor, Miss Lara Fernandez from, I think, Spain. And I do believe that this was her pro debut show. I'm not sure where she turned pro, but she, to me, is one of the competitors that is a little bit taller in height. Again, she's got that great wellness structure. She's got that look on the bottom. She's got great quad sweep as she goes to the back. She turns around to the side. But I do want to see a little bit more tighter conditioning around the waist, a little bit more on the the delts and the caps, I think there was a little bit of a softness within her body, which maybe got compromised by coming in to be full instead of trying to bring it in. So I do think that this is something that she can work on just by becoming a little bit tighter, and then again she is on. So, but a great structure overall for wellness and a really beautiful presentation for her first ever pro debut. Then this new lady for me is I've never seen her before, Lawencia. I think she is from Angola, or I apologize if I got this place wrong, but absolutely stunning. Okay, like there is like pop and muscle coming all over this woman, long glute insertions, really interesting shape, just like a wellness genetic kind of Kai Green look to me, if that makes sense. Again, a little bit tighter through the glute and the hamstring tie-in would be just fantastic. The upper body for me can be a little bit strong. It looks like she's coming from a different category and she's trying to create her shape. So for me, the upper body can be downsized just ever so slightly and then just a little bit tight on the glute. But she's got muscle like coming out of everywhere. So I can't even say much, but she's just gorgeous. Then we've got another lady over here called Katia. So Katia, I believe, is from Brazil. This is, again, I was just watching through the entire live stream, so I made some notes here on each of the ladies. For me, her actual presentation was really interesting. I do think at first she started out really well, and, you know, she's really bringing her all to the stage. But again, there is something not quite with the posing on the leaning forward part for me that does it. But apart from that, you know, she's worked really hard with her physique. As you can tell, she's brought in all of those details with the bikini, with the shoes and everything. But again, it's just one of those things the posing could do with some fine tuning. And when she gets that done, she's going to be, she'll just go up and up, if that makes sense. For me, the posing is something that she can just fine tune a little bit and then bring it in. But in terms of condition, she brought it. In terms of the finer details, she brought it. So that is really great to see there. And just really interesting. I think she walked around too much. I think you walked around too much, Katia. But apart from that, I do think, you know, absolutely stunning. So if anyone ever watches this and they think this girl doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, I am like a bodybuilding fanatic genius and I just love absolutely all of this. So maybe this is just what I do for my stuff, but I enjoy it. And if you ever have any questions, just give me a DM at Lauren Lotta on Instagram and I'd be more than happy to explain why I am the way that I am about you at this particular show. And this can be for anyone. So just give me a DM and just go ahead. Then the next lady is Miss Kiara Martinez. This lady, I do believe she was from Australia. And I noted this down again because if you're coming all the way from Australia and you don't actually live in Europe, which I'm not sure if she does, but if she's come all this way, that is a long way to compete. And I hope she had a really good holiday doing it. So I hope she's had a great and fantastic time because it's so far away and the jet lag must be killing her at every, step of the way. In terms of the finer details, I'd love to see a slightly darker tan. I'd love to see a little bit more tighter on the glute. But again, if you're traveling from so far away, do take into account that the weather might be a little bit different. You might be holding a little bit of water. Do come a few days earlier because you never know what will happen to your body, and drink that nettle tea to just get that water out. Then next up we have Lisa Meswinkel from Germany. She is somebody that I have been watching for a few years, and again, she's just developing really well into her category, into her sport. She looks great. Love the tan. Love the muscle on her side shot. It's absolutely stunning. She is definitely somebody that I like to watch out for. Again, though, I do think that she could be just tighter on the lower leg, and she's just got incredible development. Lots of thickness happening there, but I just want to see her a little bit sharper through the glute and the hamstring tie-in. But, you know, her posing is on point. The hair is on point. All of these little details are really playing into her favor, and then she could just be just a touch sharper and then she would be absolutely dominating. But this is a great side profile. I love it, and it's just really interesting to see such a stunning lady. So absolutely gorgeous to Miss Lisa, and just absolutely beautiful. Next on, we have Katia Morera. Now, I really liked Katia's also overall look. I thought she had really stunning condition. Again, for me, she kind of has a really overpowering upper body though. So I do feel like she could bring it in slightly, and then she could just focus more on the lower, because the legs are great. Look at that. She's stunning. I want her tan to be just a little bit darker, more of a top tan on there. And then she just has a really interesting way of walking and of posing, and I enjoyed this. I think a little bit of extra conditioning just here, because as you can see from the back, there are a little bit of skin folds happening, and so she could tighten that up, because again, conditioning is such a major part of every single category that we go into, but from the front, she hits it completely. It's just that the back took it needs a little bit of catch up with everything, but a stunning presentation, just really stunning look. Love the curly hair. If you guys don't know, I love the curly hair, and yeah, just love her calves as well. She's got great calves, so great legs. Then next up, we have Ruth Petsico from Spain. This is Ruth's pro wellness debut. She was originally an IFBB figure pro, and she took about 18 months off just to develop her body and to grow into the wellness category. I remember seeing Ruth back in 2021 when I competed in bikini, and to go from that to a year later to seeing her on stage is actually really something special. So absolutely congratulations. If any of you are looking to switch categories, you're not sure, I can only just but imagine what it must be like to be a pro, and then you have to switch categories, or you want to try it and you're not sure if it's going to be for you. So Ruth had an absolutely wonderful time on stage. She had a great placing, and it must feel so great for her to know that she's put all that hard work in to achieve something that was the right path for her. So don't be afraid. I guess what I'm saying is to go down the path of what you believe in, even if it takes a little bit longer or a little bit of time to get there, because it's going to take some time to switch categories and develop all of this if you are doing that, and to create the shape and then to sculpt it. So go ahead and do it, please. And then next on to is Miss Susie Rosero. So for me, Susie is a new face that I have never seen before. She, again, is just absolutely stunning, and again could be a touch sharper through just everywhere, because she has the muscle and she has the physique there, and in time she can develop it. She's got a great rear delt, lots of nice balance from the upper to the lower part of her body, but she could just come in harder and just come in just a little bit touch sharper, but everything is there for her in terms of the structure and what she can develop from this point going forwards. I also really enjoyed her femininity and her look. I thought this was a really stunning thing for her, and it really plays into her sort of points and her score for this look. But I have never seen shoes that are black on the bottom, so that's new for me. And you guys obviously know that I love shoes, so that's I did not see that before, but that is definitely strange. The black base detracts from the whole look. Keep that neutral. So next up, we have another lady called Carolina Santana from Brazil. This lady did stand out to me. I don't know if it's just because they're Brazilian and they stand out to me, but they do definitely have a way of moving that is different, and it is just interesting. She also has what I like to call crimped mermaid hair, which you don't see often on stage, which is this crimp effect inside the actual hair. She looks like the Little Mermaid on a wellness stage, let's just put it that way. And she's got great development, really great glutes. Again, she is one of the sharper competitors on this stage, and I just think it's really interesting to see the competitors come from all over compete in this. In terms of the actual look overall, I would change the hair completely and go with one color, Carolina. So if you're watching this, I would change your hair color all to one shade, and it would make your look so much more complete and so much more just elegant all over. So either go for that total blonde. Charles is yawning. Is this boring you?
No, I feel great.
So either go for that like in total blonde look, or just go stick to your natural dark, beautiful hair. But absolutely beautiful showing. Congratulations, Carolina, and really nice to see you on stage for the first time for me. So yeah, great. And then on to the next lady, Miss Teresa. So Teresa is the lady from Angola, and I've never seen it. And again, just muscle popping from everywhere. The side profile on the glute shelf, it really comes out. She is somebody that just has the most, just absolutely incredible development on this lower half. I think that her top half is also, again, very well developed. She has quite large traps, which is something that she can definitely watch out for when she trains, because it's a little bit distracting over here. But if you see her turn to the back, really great waist to glute ratio, just coming down as she does this. Little bit more sharper. You know what? Everyone in this show could be a little bit more sharper except for Ruth. Ruth just brought it, but everyone just looks, spectacular. And then this lady over here, Miss Teresa, she could just be just a little bit more, just bring it down a little bit more, relax those traps and enjoy her posing. But this side profile was the best of the day. This glute profile was just something special. This was the best thing I've seen in a while. So you go, Teresa. Okay, next up we have Carlotta, blonde bombshell, and she is from Italy. So with Carlotta's look over here, the one thing I wanted Carlotta to do was just to get a darker tan. I just think that she looked a little bit washed out with the color scheme of the stage to her hair, and I know that maybe that doesn't play an effect, but if you are somebody that has the platinum blonde hair, if you are somebody that is a little bit more blonde on top, just take note that the lights are very bright, hopefully, because they want to show your physique. So if you do have that platinum hair, just know that you might get a little bit washed out. So do make sure that your tan is a little bit dark. Otherwise, you're not going to be as contrasting with your hair. That's why a lot of the times when you see competitors, they will say, oh, to win, you need to be of dark hair because the dark hair contrasts against the tan. That's not necessarily true, but I would just say in this case, I would have loved Carlotta to look just a little bit darker. And from there, she would have just looked, much more polished in terms of her whole look in total. And then we have another lady over here, Miss 103, Miss Alexandra Maria. And again, just a really beautiful kind of presentation, really confident with the way that she presents herself on stage. I just really enjoy the wellness look. It can be a little bit flamboyant, but without wanting to be too much sometimes. So it is really interesting. I do think that some of the ladies, they definitely get it right. I like this presentation. It was very clean. It was very elegant, and it was somewhat a little bit mesmerizing, if you must say. In terms of physical structure, again, I'd love to see a little bit more happening there with the glutes and coming into the hamstring tie-in. But you can see that she's just got the great legs. She's got the shelf pop, and she's got the sweep. So it is really interesting. I do think that with the wellness competitors, it can sometimes be a bit of a struggle to bring the waist in because you are training so heavy and hard on your legs that you don't want to neglect that waist training. So do keep it nice and tight as you are training for all of your glute or your upper body days. Just keep it nice and tight there. And then for the wellness section, I believe that was all of the ladies that did their call outs. I'm going to head straight into the call outs and into awards, and I hope that you guys enjoy. All right, you guys. So here we have some call outs that Becky has called out on stage. And again, one of your most important rounds, just being able to be compared against competitors. Once you've done your individual routine, it is great to have your time on the stage, but then it is a physique sport. So we are looking to be compared in this particular day, in this particular lineup. I do believe I have missed one of the call outs at the moment just because I have scrolled through in a haste. Okay, so on to wellness over here. So Becky is just making the wellness ladies work as hard as they can, keeping their front pose in check. In wellness, it is great for your front pose. You've got the option between the standard side bikini front pose or the full-on front wellness pose in the T-shape with your feet. And this is really interesting because I can see some of the competitors are just really working hard. They're a little bit awkward in some of that front side. I do think it is so important for you to be able to stretch and get that mobility through your lower back, no matter what category you are in, so that you can best present the poses, because it is a lot of time that you are spending on stage just trying to hold these positions and keep your best side and your best profile to the judges. So with this being said, Becky is now calling out third call outs, I think, and this was a little bit surprising for me because some of the ladies that I really favored are in this call out over here, but sometimes it can be also more just about seeing it when you're actually being compared. So for example, some of these ladies are maybe not as conditioned. We've got our new pro on the very right over here, Miss oh my goodness, I've lost her name. But our new pro on the right, so for example, being called out in third call outs, again, she could just be a little bit tight around the waist. We've got our lady on the very left of her, the one that I seem to favor in terms of the muscle and the structure on her physique. Again, just could be sharper, but once she's got that down and sort of brings down the balance into her lower half, then she will be, I have no doubt that she will climb up into top call outs there. We've got our lady on the very left in the blue bikini, who I believe is one of the smaller competitors on this stage. So maybe she needs just more time to develop the lower half of the body to be able to be, within the first call outs and make it as a competitor within a competitive first call out lineup. And then you've got the lady in the pink, which is again similar. She just needs a little bit more time, a little bit more development, and a little bit more sharpness running through the glutes and the hamstring tying. And again, she'll be somebody that can get called out into the first call out round. So that's really interesting there. But again, all of these ladies are pros. So they're all on stage with the structure. They've all got the structure to be able to take it to that next level and to be able to take it further. So this is just one stepping stone in the journey. And we are going to run through. If you guys can see, there's Mr. Gabriel over here. He is the MC for Emperor Classic and he does an amazing job. So absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for all of your MC stylings. And then we are just going to run into our awards section. All right, you guys, so this is the very last stage of the wellness review for the Emperor Pro Classic. Becky is making the ladies really work. She's making them turn. She's really assessing each physique, placing them where she wants so that she can give out the best placings to each competitor that she possibly can. I generally like Becky's judging. I think it's very fair. I think it's very within the criteria and the scope of the NPC and the IFBB Pro League, which is why she is there to judge on this day. So do make sure that you get your feedback. Do make sure that you inquire and you do ask if you are a competitor, whether you're an amateur or a pro, and you just want to get that feedback. Make sure that you go do it, because it will be the only way that you learn how to grow and then how you can develop your physique going forward with your coach. So with this being said, back to the wellness, it was great to see with this last sort of call out over here that the girls are being compared. Ruth is split in the center. We have all of these beautiful ladies on the side. We've got Teresa from Angola over there. So many names. It's incredible. They're now being placed onto the back line so that they can get their awards and see who is placed from 5th to 1st for this particular show. And then Becky has brought 4 ladies into the center. We've got Lisa, we've got Leonida, we have Miss Sandra, and we also have mermaid lady from Brazil, which I think is Carolina. And she's really making these ladies work because she wants to, again, really assess who is getting placed where. I think for me, it was pretty clear who was coming first on this day. And I had Leonida place first the whole time. And I just think that for the wellness look in this particular lineup, she had everything going for her here. So I do think that this was Becky's way of going, okay, like Leonida has this one, but we need to make sure that we get it right from also 2 to 4 so that, the ladies are placed correctly. This is just my opinion over here. And then you've got Miss Liesel, who has the great tan, the details and all of the bikini details, let's say, on the wellness look, but she just could be a little bit sharper through there. And then you've got Miss Carolina, and you also have Miss Sandra, who are just absolutely stunning, and they just brought their A game. So again, just a really gorgeous lineup of ladies. And now we're going to get into the awards section, because I think it's always fun to see the awards too, and just be able to give the athletes their due, because it's really important. And all of the ladies that stepped on stage over this past weekend, absolutely congratulations. If you ever need anything in terms of wanting to know more about my opinion or whatever, just DM me. No hate, just love. Please comment down below. And congratulations to everyone that stepped on stage, because it is a beautiful venue to be able to take part in and to be able to walk on. Okay, so Gabrielle is now announcing all of the winners from 5 to first place. And I really liked his jacket at this show. It was definitely a little bit more jazzier than I've seen him in a long time. So that was really great. Okay, so the all-important judges, the massive medals, which you can win. If you win, they're like plates, you can eat off of it. And there is a lot of suspense, a lot of anticipation. They're really taking their time with this one. I think it was a bit nerve-wracking for the athletes standing on the side. I think when you know you've placed, it's always really exciting, but it's to know where that you've been placed, and to be keep yourself humble is a wonderful thing. But it can be very nerve-wracking if you're just waiting on the sides and you don't know what's happening. And then we've got Ruth over here, and she looks like she's really enjoying it, but she doesn't know what is going to happen yet. All right, so in 5th place, Ruth does get called. And again, an absolutely spectacular showing for her first ever wellness show. Congratulations. I am so happy for you. I think that this was the right route for you to go down and for you to enjoy. And good luck with all of your wellness shows to come in the 2023 season, or if you are taking an off season, good luck with everything that you do, and cannot wait to see you again on stage. Absolutely beautiful. Then next up, we have the 4th place winner, and we have Miss Liesel from Germany. A bit disappointing for me, because to me, she was the most polished in terms of how she looked next to Leonida, and I just thought the whole look was absolutely stunning. I think that she will come in better and better with every show that she does this year. So absolutely stunning look for her, but I was a little bit disappointed for her that she got 4th and not placed a little bit higher, but I know that she'll bring it as she carries on for the season. Next up in 3rd place, this is where they start to award the checks. So in 3rd place, we have the lady from Brazil, which I think is Miss Carolina Saldana, and great to see her on stage. Just a great look, beautiful balance, absolutely lovely wellness look. And she's got that mermaid hair rocking for her, so it clearly does work. Whether you are going for 2 different colors of hair, or just one, or you just want to do mermaid hair, it's absolutely fine, but it clearly works for her. She's like the Brazilian mermaid on wellness stage for this weekend. Next up in 2nd place, we've got $1,000, and we have the giant medal, and this is going to go to our lovely Sandra Colorado, who won the Toronto Pro Show just a few weeks ago, having qualified already. So this is a great placing for her, coming in, proving that she is really a top contender to be able to place in these shows and to be able to carry on going for the Mr. Olympia as she takes to the stage this year in 2023. Absolutely congratulations, stunning look. Then the last and final award is 1st place, and we've got Mr. Emilio Martinez in the white shirt, and he is the host and the owner of Empro Classic. So a big shout out to Mr. Emilio for putting on such a great show with his team. Thank you to every single one of you that put on such a fabulous weekend show. And in 1st place, Gabriel is announcing. Everyone is waiting. It's going to be so nerve-wracking. And the overall wellness winner goes to Leonida, and absolutely amazing. Another pro win underneath her belt, going back to the Mr. Olympia in 2023, a 2-time Olympian, bikini transformation lady. Congratulations, Leonida, absolutely stunning. Could not be more happy for your win, and we'll see you again very soon. Enjoy this moment and absolutely just enjoy all of it. So you guys, that was the wellness review. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Make sure that you do like, share, and subscribe. And also do make sure that you go pick up your copy of Muscular Development with Blessing on the front. Go check out Power Hour with Ron Harris and Giles Tiger Thomas, as well as all of the other shows that we have, like MD Global Muscle with Giles Tiger Thomas. And please make sure to, again, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below with what you want to see next, with what shows you want us to review, and we would love to have your support. So with that being said, have an amazing day, and I will see you all again very soon on the next Buff Bombshell Show. Thank you guys. My name is Lauren Lotta, and I am out.